Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I made a video today, and I was talking about the Moldovan opposition party leader, Dodon, that's his name, who used to be the president of Moldova for some time before the current president, before the current president, and he was arrested. He was detained by the officials, by the authorities, on charges of corruption, and I think now it showed up some treason charges. Now, the article that I covered earlier today talked about um, charges that were brought to Dodon and something about corruption. Well, corruption, I think you close your eyes and you pick the first politician in Moldova and you're going to find a corrupt person. But that's an assumption. But Moldova is one of the most corrupt countries in Europe or in the world, together with our friends Ukraine. Nevertheless, I think it's a coincidence that the opposition party leader was arrested in the middle of this situation here. They called him a Russian sympathizer and all that. Well, you can be called Russian sympathizer, or I can be called Russian sympathizer if I have an opposite view on certain ideas that are pushed to us by the mainstream and by the current politicians. So that's not a strange thing to happen. But what's strange is that I think it's a coincidence because I was sitting on another article for about a day talking about the former president of uh, Ukraine, Yanukovych, I think it's his name, Viktor Yanukovych, the one, yes, the one that was toppled by the so-called revolution in 2014 by the spontaneous mass demonstration and so on. We know how that was figured out and who organized that and what happened over there. Nevertheless, this was the democratically elected official that was illegally toppled, was removed by some bloody revolution. There were people who died over there. They were supported by some outside forces. We can't name names here, but we know who they are, and it's easy for you to find those names. Um, One of them was at that time Victoria Nuland, if you remember that person. We had a conversation, I think, with the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, and they were talking about who's going to be replacing this person, Yanukovych. Yeah, so this it's a coincidence that both Moldova, who wants to go into NATO and wants to go to European Union, even if that it doesn't deserve, because it's a process, and it seems like all the standards are already all of a sudden forgotten about, and they got on fast track. Other ones, like for instance Turkey, was never admitted, and until Turkey said, you know what, screw you guys, I don't want to be a member anyway if you ask so many things. So this article comes from Reuters from May 23rd, so that was yesterday, 2022, and this is the title: Ukrainian court orders ex-president's arrest in absentia on treason charges. So, a Ukrainian court on Monday ordered the arrest in absentia of former President Viktor Yanukovych, accusing him of treason over agreement he signed in 2010 extending Russia's leave of naval facilities in Crimea. Okay. Yanukovych, who fled to Russia in 2014 after mass protests, has already received a 13-year jail sentence in absentia for treason. That case was released to a letter he sent to the Russian President Putin on March 1st, 2014, asking him to use Russian army and police forces to restore order in Ukraine, which Russia did not do. Why? Because it's an independent, sovereign country. We don't have anything to do with that. Nevertheless, the other side used other means to get this done. So it's very, it says here that Yanukovych's actions had violated the constitution. Okay, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. He had the power to extend that the Russian forces in Crimea. He had the power. It was, and regardless, it's not a coincidence that this free, democratic, law-abiding countries, Moldova and Ukraine, now arrest or try to arrest. I mean, the other one was arrested in absentia, and the other one was arrested, Dodon, in Moldova. Just at a 2 day, 1 day difference. It seems like an order to me, but because I'm a little bit like crazy, maybe it's not so, but I think it is not a coincidence. Nevertheless, if someone is guilty, most definitely should be punished. Um, and but it has to be a process, an investigation, as I always say. It has to be trialed in court, evidence brought forth, provided fair defense. That defense has access to the evidence as well. That my mind gets me to the Nuremberg trials, and so yes, the defense has to have access to the evidence so that can compare it and contrast it. Nevertheless, I don't know. He gets arrested, this guy, but other people who orchestrated that overthrow of a democratically elected government have never been arrested or indicted or convicted or arrested or any. So that's kind of strange, isn't it? Well, it's strange if you look at the things objectively. If you look at them subjectively, no, that's not strange at all. And that's the way they were on the side of the right for whatever reason. We don't have to give evidence to support the claim, but nevertheless, they are the good ones, and this was the bad one. So nevertheless, he deserves this by the law of nature, because we forgot about the Roman law and we forgot about our traditions and our, you know, um, how civilization is just tossed in a garbage can, and we use, I don't know, some other people's cultures, not civilizations, cultures, and other people's traditions, and that's not good, because those other people did not create great civilizations, because their cultures were not um, special. Let's put it this way. Oh my God, I'm going to be arrested for what I'm saying right now. But nevertheless, evidence stands a witness to this. As you would, for instance, compare Beethoven with, I don't know, a drum written from, I don't know, whatever part of the world. That's a big difference, and that's quality. It's different value. You might not like it, but you can say that one is superior to the other one. Thank you very much for being with me again today. These guys got arrested. Maybe they deserve it. I don't know. I don't know if an investigation was conducted, but it's not coincidental that these guys were arrested 1 day apart. One was arrested in absentia yesterday, warrant was issued, and the other one today. Thank you very much for being with me again today. And what countries are those that do this kind of thing? The ones that are backed by the free world, really. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.